welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. I'm the Crazy Flippin' Mom, and today we're talking about selling on Walmart. I have sold on Amazon forever, and 3 years ago I signed up for the Walmart platform, and I'm going to share with you tips to set up your account, what you need to apply, what they're looking for, and the first couple steps once you get your account. So this is a good beginner video. If you're brand new to Walmart, I will walk you through. And I am going to be sharing from my Walmart seller account and just talking through my own personal experience. Things are always changing on this platform. I swear I'll say something here and then the next day, you know they're going to change it in a day. Once you make a YouTube video about it, they're changing their policy. So you want to sell on Walmart. The first thing you need to do is apply for a seller account. And this is different from Amazon because Amazon, the threshold is pretty low. You need driver's license and, they're going to set up an interview with you to make sure you match your driver's license. On Walmart, they're only letting verified sellers on. So this means you have to have a business basically set up. If you already have Amazon set up, that's a win. That can help you get approved. But the things they're looking for is that you have a storefront. So Shopify storefront, Amazon storefront. I've even heard of Etsy storefronts working. And you have to have an EIN. So they are really looking for established sellers. Now, all those things you can do pretty easily and then apply. But not everybody gets approved the first time, second time. Sometimes they want more information. And it seems to me to be a little hit or miss, honestly. Sometimes I have somebody who's brand new, like just set up an Amazon account. They apply for Walmart, get it. Here's what I will say. If you apply for an EIN with your state, you need to make sure all of that information has been entered into the state before you apply. So when they go to look, they can actually see you're registered, you're set up. I think what people do is they get their business set up and then quickly apply, and then Walmart cannot verify. So you want to make sure everything matches, the information is there, your zip code is correct, your business name, like all of it has to match. You can't do this like we're piecing businesses together stuff. It's a good way to get declined pretty quickly. It will take some time to be verified and accepted, or to receive the email that says you cannot sell the platform and you need to try again, or, they don't really give you a lot of options if they do decline you. But next step, you have your account. What should you be doing? The next step is logging into your Walmart seller account and getting all of your bank information set up. So there are several places where they need tax information. They need your ship from location. They need to know bank accounts in case you have fees that need to be charged somewhere. All of that has to be set up and verified. So I would go ahead and get that started along with the WFS side. So you'll notice on Walmart, WFS has its own tab. Click that and make sure everything's set up. Some people, it's set up. Once you've set it up for your account, like your bank account, your tax information, I thought it should be set up across the board. I have found that's not the case. For me, it's almost like I had to apply again. I had to apply my tax information and bank account and get it set up and approved. That took about a week to do. So if you're just getting into Walmart, like across the board, go through the fine print and make sure you're good to go. You understand the rules, because you really can't list, you can't sell, you can't send WFS in until all that is up and verified. Okay, step 3, you're up, you're verified. Here's what I suggest doing. Going to the Walmart shipping settings. You will see merchant settings and WFS settings. Merchant, you need to figure out your transit time, any shipping templates you want set up. Currently, when you just get set up, there's no expedited shipping, so you're really only offering free shipping. And you can set up templates that are going to be charged to the buyer, but I do not offer expedited shipping, and I do not suggest you offer expedited because the amount of returns on the platform are so much greater. It just seems kind of like a risk to include that in there. And Walmart merchant settings are very glitchy. Sometimes the packages don't track right. Sometimes they don't get checked in at the right time, and people are getting shut down because their on-time delivery rate or the initial scan are not happening when they say they should be happening, and it's the easiest way to get your account shut down. So go through your shipping settings. Make sure you understand what they expect from you. When you have to have packages checked in, and update anything that doesn't look right. Okay, on the WFS side, you need to go through these settings because this is really not necessarily the shipping side, but how they're going to handle returns. The account is set up that if something does not look sellable to them at a warehouse, they will dispose of it. So for me, I have all of my returns set up to come back to me. I get a lot of returns on the WFS side and like 80% are resellable. They're not open, the tags are on. So that stuff probably would have been liquidated or just thrown out. So I'm glad I changed that. You can also set up keep it rules. So basically if an item is under whatever price you set at, $15, the buyer gets to keep it and gets a refund. Now I do this because when on WFS, if a buyer returns a product to a store, they are refunded and I have to pay the return label. So you can imagine that some things just are not worth getting back. They are in the process of setting up like partial returns and rules you can add to that. It'd be great to add like you can't return food. Walmart, let's hear for Walmart. You can't return food. Little things like that. I don't want open candy. That's gross. I don't want open underwear bags. Gross. No, please. So go through your WFS settings and make sure you're not losing money. And I do feel like shipping returns is a big giant crack in my business. Money just falls in. It's a cavern, not a tavern. It's a cavern that money just falls into. And it's difficult. And I complain about this a little bit, that it's difficult to keep like everything moving in the right direction and like stay on top of all the returns coming in and all of the, like everything chasing you, right? That's the entrepreneurial life, I feel like. When you get shipping settings set up, you're really ready to list. And you can list a product and it will be live immediately merchant, or you can list it and you can start getting products ready to ship into a warehouse. Personally, I'm going to tell you what I think you should do. I think you should focus on scaling WFS side. I prefer WFS over merchant right now because what I told you, they're getting very picky on these little uncontrollable factors. Some of them are controllable, but like when I was shipping a lot of merchant out, I noticed it wasn't getting scanned in time. It wasn't connecting into their system, even though I got everything scanned in at my post office on time. So they all looked late. And how am I supposed to, what am I supposed to do? I'm getting them scanned in on time at the post office. So save your receipts. If you merchant ship on Walmart, you need to save those receipts when you get a scan at UPS or USPS, because that's really your only defense. But because of all of that and the drama of merchant and the returns and the customers, I switched fully to WFS. Fully. The weight off my shoulders. Don't you just feel how great that was? To give yourself permission to rest a second. I go a million miles an hour. So when I just said that, I was like, wow, let's just rest in that moment. WFS, I love it. I don't want to say it's changed my life, but I don't know. I feel changed. Actually, yesterday, on the other side of this room is where I prep all of my products. So I have a ton of boxes I'm trying to get out. It's nice to throw it in a box and get it out of here. And there's so much more to it than throwing it into a box. That's why I procrastinate on this stuff, but I am surrounded by clearance. And just to get a good step on it. And then I'm leaving soon. I'm going to Vegas to prosper. And the fact that it's going to all be selling while I'm there, I know this is the idea, but just in action, I love it. So WFS is nice. It's definitely not the big easy button where, oh, just send it in. No big deal. Returns galore. Issues. Yeah, sometimes things are just happening. You're like, wait, why did you refund those customers? These customers who reach out, Walmart, if you're watching, this is a problem. Customers are saying, hey, we didn't get our package. Walmart, refund. That's why a lot of people are leaving the merchant program. There's just not enough protection for sellers. There's not even a case you can open. You have to open every case yourself with support. And they are helpful, but still, it's just a lot. It's a lot to have to manage. If you think of yourself 500 items this month on that platform, to have to open up each case is wild. So WFS returns are crazy. There's a whole section in Seller Central that will show you your returns, and it's a section I do not visit. I'll tell you this right now. I don't go there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to know what's happening. I'm scared. I'm not going to tell you what I saw a lot of, but I don't want to talk about it. No. Lastly, you have to be profitable. This should not even have to be said, but you have to know the breakdown of fees in each category. It's similar to Amazon where category and price differ. And this is where I like using Martyr. Martyr is on my phone and it's also on my desktop. And I've showed you this before, but they have made a ton of new updates. They have a buy list. And when I tell you I live by this buy list, because I go into a Walmart store as many times as I can, scan everything with the Martyr app, and then it's automatically saved in the app. So when I get on my computer and I'm like, wait a minute, what did I find at clearance? I pull it up. There it is. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. So I love the buy list. I love that you can set alerts now. I'm always having these emails pop up like, Walmart ran out of this item. There's a price drop. Seller fulfilled ran out. All of the things. I set up alerts for everything. And most importantly, it's going to keep your money right. I was showing in my community this week a chart that I set up and I use and I put listings in. And basically it's great for online sourcing, where if I find this product and it's say, I'm getting it at the store for $3 and I'm going to sell it on Walmart for $17.99. I can also have a line for all of the fees plus a small percentage for me, for my time and energy and money and poly bags and prep time. And you would be surprised. You'd be surprised in fees. You're always sitting around $12. You know, and that's with my $3 cost. It could be a little bit more if your cost is more, but I think we look at a $3 price ticket and we're like, oh, we're gonna sell it for $17 and be rich. Your margin is not, you know, $15. It's not $14. So be aware of WFS fees. And I know you probably know this, but I just want to say it again and again. All right, let's do a little bit of sourcing. Find some items we can potentially sell. And I'll also show you how I use Martyr. And what can you resell on Walmart? And I've talked about this before, but there are some toys. Think some Disney, and it's not just Disney across the board. Like you'll be able to sell Disney socks, but then you cannot sell like a Disney specific toy or Squish, those little plush things. You can't sell Walmart brands, so think Great Value. So I like this one. I think this is a good deal. I'm also looking to make sure it's being sold from Walmart and not a third-party seller. This is actually showing me in store, but I can have it shipped here as well. So this would be the third-party seller price, and this is nice to see that I would be able to purchase this and sell it for $11.34. And they're seller fulfilled. So this is great information to see. I could actually list it at a decent price. If I were to pick this up, so I'm buying it from Walmart, I would have this shipped to my house. Let's see, I'm gonna spend $1 and we're gonna sell it for, let's say I get it $11.50. That's like, wow. Okay, actually, we need to pause so I can go buy this. The product identifier. So if you sell on Amazon, you have an ASIN and you list a product in your catalog using that ASIN. This is a product identifier you can use, this number here, and you go to your Walmart seller account. I can actually just show you my account over here is open, of course. So I grabbed that product identifier that I found in the URL and threw it in. Here we go. I add and push next, and then I will have the opportunity. Okay, we're just walking through it. Seller fulfill or push it straight over to a Walmart fulfilled. You can see the questions I'll have to fill out just to get it put in my catalog seller fulfilled. But let's like try to focus, Emily. Okay, so I think this is a great product. Obviously, we just finished St. Patrick's Day, but there's going to be other holidays and things coming up that people will want this color. I mean, obviously. So something you can do is also add this to your buy list. So if you use Inventory Falcon, let's say I can have 25 shipped to me. If you use Inventory Falcon to finish your shipments, it would have this listing waiting for you, so you could list it from that software as well. I like that. Let's talk about this settings page. If you have not gone and set it up yet, this one's on 0. So this is a great time to add any of the costs you want to be added on the back end. So every time you use Martyr in a store, it's going to calculate this stuff for you. So it is important to add something. Like, think of if you want to make sure when you scan something, you're including your time, the poly bags, the gas, the inbound shipping. Also, you need to think, if I typically buy stuff OA and it costs money to get that product to me, you should be including that here. This is going to be free shipping, so I don't have to worry as much right now. Storage fees, sales tax, and then every time you can save it, and then every time you scan, it's going to include that in with the net numbers you're seeing. Okay, so we can also add item. If you have Inventory Falcon set up, this is where you can add it and start a WFS shipment right away. This is such a great feature. I'm excited about Inventory Falcon. So some of the things I just want to remind you of, you need to be checking your profit, your net number. After everything's happening, making sure you add a percentage on the back end. I would check, if you're in a store, I would check third-party sellers to see, is the price already tanked out, or do you have the option to list at a price you want? So this answers that question. I'm listing high, low competition. And then it really depends, like store availability, how much could I get? So this is adding it to cart and seeing actually how much could you clean out Walmart's, let's close this. Could you clean out Walmart's stock here? Thank you for watching this. I hope this was helpful. I'm going to put links below. Try out Martyr. Try out Inventory Falcon. Let me know what you think. Open that Walmart seller account like yesterday. Have a great one. Bye.